hear me out. The surprise villain in this series turns out to be Agatha all along. Hey everyone, Jeremy here. Today I am about to watch the very first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I am very excited for this. I love Captain America and I love his buddies, so I am just thrilled that we're getting a series about them. And I love Baron Zemo as a villain too. I think he's often overlooked as one of the better MCU villains because he was so much more cerebral than a lot of the others we've had. And honestly, he's also one of the few that truly won. He got what he wanted, even if he got caught. He got exactly what he wanted. So it's very cool to have him back as a villain in this. Plus, I'm sure, knowing Marvel and the MCU, there are going to be some twists along the way. So I'm just thrilled to get this back. And I've always loved the chemistry between Falcon and Bucky. So I'm very curious on how that plays out because they are pretty hysterical together. Ooh. Wow.
Listen.
Nah, Sam, you deserve it.
Sam, this has to be subtle.
Subtle. Got
it. Real subtle for a guy in wings. Oh, crap. Wait, is that...
Okay, switching to plan B.
It is. Oh my goodness, that's, I just blanked on his name. Oh, very cool. How cool is that? Oh. There he is. Yeah, but that plane is crashing. That's not going to be subtle. Ah. Oh, well, that's just not fair. Or maybe it's more fair than I thought.
If we get to the border, he's not gonna follow.
What's up?
Oh, wow. Oh. Blades, blades. Love it.
Conspiracy theories. Some people they think that he's in a secret base on the moon, looking down over us. But you didn't fly him to the moon? No. What are you doing there?
Moon stuff.
Steve represented the best in all of us. Courageous, righteous, and he mastered posing stoically.
Rudy.
The world has been forever changed.
He gave it to you for a reason, Sam. Not to put on display.
Coming forward with a shield, Sam.
Hey, Bucky. Um,
Don't worry. I used all your 3 rules.
You can't do anything illegal.
All I did was give some intel to the aide. I didn't hurt anybody.
Come on!
Remember me? Promise.
What about rule number 3?
I'm James Bucky Barnes, and you're part of my efforts to make amends.
So you did it all right, but have no history, no
Are
family.
you lashing out at me, Doc? Because that's really unprofessional. You know, I mean, when did I start? When you start yelling at your clients? Oh, the notebook, that's great.
That is utter bullshit.
You're a terrible friend.
I was an excellent soldier. So I saw a lot of dead bodies, and I know how that can shut you down.
He would like to take you out on a date, maybe to bingo or a night of pinochle. Pinochle.
I'm really sorry about him.
Why are you sorry? Here, I should be done around 10.
Good wingman.
He was working abroad, and he was killed. The police said, wrong place, wrong time, but
Oh, no. The kid. The kid. That's why he's friends with this guy. Well, not kid, but young guy. Oh. Okay, that's a super if he just jumped out of a window.
But I don't have to place you under arrest.
Oh, crap.
We need a real person who embodies America's greatest values. We need someone to inspire us again. On behalf of the Department of Defense and our Commander-in-Chief, it is with great honor that we announce here today that the United States of America, your new Captain America.
Sam. Yeah, I knew U.S. Agent was going to show up in this, but it still made my skin crawl when he showed up. Because, Sam deserves the shield. Or Bucky. Hell, Bucky's number 2 in that scenario. So it just annoys I knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. If you knew at all U.S. Agent was going to show up in this, you kind of just knew, okay, that shield's going to him. But it still didn't change how that made me feel to end, and that's not okay. This episode was a lot of setup. You can tell this was just mainly setup for everything to come, but I do like what it's setting up. I love the fact that we're setting up that, yeah, Bucky's still not okay. Bucky is still dealing with the things he did as a Winter Soldier. And, you know, we never got to see that in the movie, so I'm glad that's a thing. Also, I mean, Sam, we never really got to know Sam's life outside of, being Cap's best friend. So seeing all this, to see what his life is like outside of just, being on duty, so to speak, I like seeing that. I mean, again, it's all set up. You can tell it's a bit slower paced. We're just getting into it. But I like seeing who Sam is and seeing what his life is like, especially since they're even touching on the things like, well, how do these people make money if they're just Avengers? You're basically volunteering your time. Sure, I was sitting there even thinking, when you're an Avenger, you can live at the compound, so you don't have to worry about that, and I'm sure all your needs are taken care of. But at the same time, you're still probably not making much of an income unless you're like he seems to be. I'm going to guess he's either contracted with the government or, I don't know that he's active duty. So he's probably getting a stipend from them, or maybe he's not. Maybe he's just straight up volunteering his time. And in that case, I mean, good for him for wanting to do good in the world. But I mean, that's still a tricky situation. So it's very interesting to see that, because it's kind of it's been a joke to a degree in some of these shows and movies where how do they make money, doing what they do? People like Spider-Man, they've actually touched on where he's pretty much broke all the time. But, in the MCU, we haven't really touched on it much outside of, we know Stark's worth billions. But, so it's really interesting to see how all this affects them. But again, this is a very slow burn to start. Well, not a slow burn at the beginning, though. Or, with the introduction of Falcon and the introduction of Bucky. Those were explosive and awesome scenes. But, yeah, I think we're just getting into it. But that's kind of like the pacing of The Winter Soldier. If you remember that movie, it was all... You got these explosive scenes, then it started slowly building to what is actually happening here. Now, I'm hoping the next episode picks up a bit. I really want Falcon and Winter Soldier to finally get, on the same page and doing the same stuff together. Because if we get another episode too much like this, it will get a little too slow. But again, first episode. So I'm still in. I'm still so in because I love these characters. And I'm still waiting to find out who's in the mask. And is that just one guy that's like this, that's meta-human, or I forget what they're called. Is it metas? It's metas in Marvel too, just like DC. I'm just very curious on where that storyline is going to go, because we barely even touched on basically the big bad. Anyway, what did you think of this episode? Leave your comments below. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, if you have theories, I absolutely want to hear all of them. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to see more content like this. And before I go, as always, please take care of yourselves and please take care of each other. Thanks for watching.